Hey, Brennan here. Welcome to the channel, and thanks for tuning in. Have another 2025 Rookie Scouting Report show for you today. I'm going solo on this episode. Today, we are going to talk Kyle Williams, Washington State wide receiver. All right, so Mel Kiper has this guy ranked number 6 right now in his wide receiver ranks. Whether you like Mel Kiper or not, the guy's been at ESPN, seems like an eternity. But I got to respect it, man. The guy still has a job, and whether you like him or don't, I decided that I got to dig in, man. So I went to my All-22 film library and checked out his film. I think I watched the Boise State game. It was the Wyoming game and one other game, Utah State. All right. And I broke it all down. If you want access to those films, check out the NFL Draft Big Board subscription. There's an email here below. Take a look at that. Go check out that website. And I actually posted one today. So you can go check out his Boise State All-22 film. So great way to support the channel too by joining our great community. All right. So Kyle Williams, right? So, all right. Mel Kiper's got this guy ranked. All right. Number 6. So we have to dig in. All right. So let's take a look. 5'10", 182 pounds. He is a 5th-year senior, older prospect, went down to the Senior Bowl, and probably from everything that I've read, I was not at the Senior Bowl, but he was one of the risers. He had a good session down there, creating space. He's a decent route runner. We're going to get into it. All right, so let's go through his 2024 production and his PFF grades. All right, so he had a really productive 5th season. He spent 3 years at UNLV, the last 2 seasons at Washington State. This year was his best season, over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, 69% catch percentage, 17.1 average as far as yards per reception. All right, so he is a vertical threat, all right, as well. Slot wide versatility, like to see this. He was 25% in the slot, 75% out wide. Man, they used this guy all over the place. Wide receiver screens. They had him running in the backfield. There's actually two plays out of those 3 cut-ups that I did where he was running out of the backfield with the ball. So they were trying to get this. He was the best playmaker on this team, so they were trying to get him the ball early and often. All right, his PFF receiving grade was 79.6, ranked 20th in the class. What I did was for the PFF grades for all of these rookie shows that I have here on my YouTube channel is I downloaded all of the PFF grades for all the receivers and then just quantified them out of the top 30. So the top 30 wide receivers going to the NFL draft, that this is where Kyle Williams ranks in those rankings. All right, so he was 20th out of the class as far as a PFF receiving grade. Whether you respect the PFF receiving grades or not, that's what it is. Contested catch was 4th in the class at 69.2. So guys got some good hands, all right. Yards after catch per reception, he was 2nd. Him and Isaiah Bond lead this wide receiver class as far as explosion with the ball in their hands, yards after the catch. This guy got the ball a ton around the line of scrimmage. So he had a lot of ability to get the ball quick, wide receiver screens, mesh concepts going across the line of scrimmage. It's short in-breaking routes where he was able to do some damage. Looked pretty good doing that. We're going to talk about that when we get to his strengths and weaknesses, all right? Yards per route run for all of my analytical viewers out there, 2.53, ranked 18th in the class. All right, his drop percentage was 7.7, ranked 21st in the class. So overall, PFF grades, pretty solid, some a little better than others. But let's get to the meat and potatoes. Again, like I said, I watched the Boise State, Wyoming, and Utah State games, which, give me a clear view. I watched a lot of highlights as well on YouTube and watched a couple other games as well. So I got a pretty good feel for what this guy brings to the table. All right, his biggest asset is his overall speed and athleticism. The guy is a twitchy, agile athlete. You can see that on the field. He's got good footwork, all right? But I think his quick feet are his calling card. So you can see here on the screen his strengths and weaknesses after watching those films. He's a good route manipulator on the vertical routes and the deeper in-breaking routes, post routes, those kind of routes. He did show some defensive and route manipulation, which you like because you've got to create space not just with your physical ability, but using techniques, head bobs and whatever to get these DBs off platform. And I think he did relatively a good job in that. He's got a good route tree, I felt. Ran a lot of a lot of stuff around the line of scrimmage, a lot of wide receiver screens. So it's kind of hard. I wish I'd seen a little bit more, one-on-one battles, going down the boundary on vertical routes and stuff. Didn't think he created a ton of separation. However, he was a good stacker of DBs on those vertical routes. But I felt as though he had a decent route tree and was able to get in and out of his breaks pretty good. So his release was good. I thought his acceleration was decent off the line of scrimmage. It's above average. It's nowhere near elite or anything where I think he's going to be a tremendous route runner at the NFL level. But you got to love the guy's versatility. His tempo with his routes are really nice too, especially he is a zone beater. Tons of plays on these films where he is just finding the zone and making himself available, lulls some of the DBs to sleep when he is running his routes. So overall, as a route runner, I think the guy is pretty good. So let's talk about some of the things that might hold him back from being successful in the NFL. First off, his size, 5'10", 182 pounds. There are not a lot of people, guys, in the NFL that are consistent dynasty producers at 5'10", 182 pounds. The top three that I can think of, Tyreek Hill, Zay Flowers, and Jalen Waddle are probably the top three out of the top 30 wide receivers. There might be another one I'm missing. But so the odds are stacked against him from being a consistent contributor. So his size is an issue. His age is a little issue too. He's a fifth-year senior. Don't think the NFL really cares. He's going to be a day 3 pick. And some guys are saying after the Senior Bowl he's going to be a day 2 pick, but I'm not buying that. This is not a great wide receiver class. I just don't think teams are going to reach for these players. I think that some of them are going to fall. But, overall, I guess my biggest concern with him is just his play strength, his functional play strength, okay? Contested catch situations, even though he got a good grade, ranked 4th in the class for contested catch, they're not the ones that you saw, not the ones that I saw on film where you're going up battling physical with other receivers. I mean, he's physical to the point, but his contact balance, I really didn't like when he ran in the second level. He got taken down relatively easy. I really grade physicality and functional play strength in my kind of grades and when it turns into my ranks of players, all right? Because I think, there's 2 reasons you don't make it in the NFL. Either you can't get open in practice, you can't create space for yourself, or you don't have the physical ability to, create contact through physicality or just being physical enough to move piles and embrace contact, right? Guys need to deliver contact in the NFL. You can't be afraid to get hit. Not saying I saw that with Kyle Williams. I'm just saying when he had those opportunities with the ball in his hands and those yak yards that we love in Dynasty, he went down relatively easy. I didn't see a lot of fight, in gaining extra yards. So it's just something that me specifically, I look for in wide receivers, all right, because you got to be physical to play in the NFL. All right, let's get to the scouting report grades, all right. Release and route running, I gave him a B+, all right. I think that the guy definitely has the ability to really create space for himself all over the field. So he is definitely a B+, not an A, because I don't see that separation at the second level, even though this guy's got some wheels that between this physicality and his speed, I don't see. There was a lot of routes when he was on the outside and he was running on these films that, he had the guy in his hip pocket. I didn't see him blowing by anyone and then going. So I gave him a B+. I was refraining from giving him an A for those reasons. Ball skills and hands, I give him a B. I think he's good, but I think he's a little light in the contested catch situation, regardless of what the PFF grades say. But still, B's a solid grade. Acceleration and speed, I give him a B+. This guy is not a burner, but he has really good feet, quick feet. Yards after catch, I gave him a B. I like what I saw. Good navigator, good vision in the second level. Made some guys miss here and there, but he wasn't overly dynamic where he was taking, the ball, taking it to the house on several plays. He took what was available to him and a little bit more. His physicality and strength is a C+, and this is where my concern comes in with Kyle, like I said before, so I don't have to really go into that again. So I think overall, where's this guy going to be drafted? I think he's going to be an early day 3 guy. There's people talking right now that he may, after the Senior Bowl, he is a day 2 selection. I don't know. I just don't see it, but you never know, right? Some comps that I think, that he's like a Marvin Mims type. Marvin Mims is the same size, starting to get that opportunity in Denver. Jahan Dotson with my Philadelphia Eagles. Great prospect coming out of Penn State, if you remember, first round draft pick as well. But again, he just doesn't, I don't think, has the physicality to win against the DBs in the NFL. And I don't think he's going to be a Philadelphia Eagle for very long either. And then, kind of remind me a lot of Roman Wilson in last year's draft. All right, some 3-player comps there for you. The kind of, the way he was used all over the field. Remains to be seen if Roman is going to make an impact with the Steelers this year. He was nicked up his rookie year last year. So there you guys got it, man. Kyle Williams, he's outside my top 10 of my wide receivers. If you guys want to see my ranks for the 2025 rookies, the 2026 rookies, and even the 2027 rookies, I already have them ranked. So that's kind of a little how crazy we go on this YouTube channel, but that's what we do at the NFL Draft Big Boards. We're going to give you big boards for not just 2025, but 2026, 2027, and all sorts of film cut-ups. So come join the party. Hope you enjoyed the show, everyone. Hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 17,000 views, or not views, subscriptions, subscribers by the NFL Draft. Thanks for watching.